Okay, I'm going to get back to where I was before. Okay, so the VA was not notified about any medications that I needed to be on or rewritten, or they were not rewritten the first time I came into this hospital, May 17th, and discharged whenever that was. I don't remember, a few days later, 4 or 5 days later. Okay, so I go home. I really probably thought I should have been on a little bit of O2 because of my trouble breathing with this. So what they explained to me is I have congestive heart failure, so that backs up my blood and allows a lot of fluid to be released in my lungs and tissue and everything else. So right now it just goes into my lungs. So with the lungs being as they are, and I'm not breathing real well, and I'm having a darn hard time breathing, is that I get exhausted because all I do is think about nothing but breathing. So now my oxygen level, I found out last night. This is a little bit sooner than is that even when I talk, uh, my oxygen level drops like into the 80s. So with that being said, walking also does the same uh, course, and so does laundry and cooking and all that other stuff. So it virtually puts a block on having anybody take care of you at home. And of course, the VA doesn't pay for that at all. And I don't expect them to because I'm not 100% service related. So, and with all that said, the second time I had a heart attack, I believe it was around the 2nd of June. Hold on here. 2nd of June. 2nd of June. I was discharged on the 8th. I had had a second episode with the valve. It had died some more. I still had elevated levels of stuff in my blood. So all the tests were ran, everything's done, and they decide that my valve needs to be completely replaced. Okay, that's great. Not that big of a surgery anymore, like back in the day, so great. Well, then time rolls around here, like that day, and they tell me that the hospital is closing down any kind of elective surgeries to fix this. I don't know if anybody's had an elective emergency in my life. Last time I elected to run into a tree, I didn't really do it on purpose. But the point is that they're not doing any surgeries here, so I can't get any. So I'm not getting any better. The second time I was released here on the 8th, this paperwork and discharge orders were hand delivered to a gentleman named Don at the Yuma Clinic to immediately get to Dr. Martin so she could write all the brand new cardiac medications that I have to have at my house. Well, that didn't happen either. Today at home, I ran out of my medicine if I would have been at my house, which that's not why I'm here. But she hadn't even ordered them yet. And that she was given those 2 weeks prior to me running out of all my medicines. 2 weeks. Now, one, I couldn't even talk to her or see her or her touch me, okay, after my first heart attack. I couldn't get in touch for her, see her, or whatever, my second heart attack. So all along, this woman has not even seen, not even laid eyes on me, okay? Now, I don't know how you take care of a patient that just went through a heart attack as being your primary care doctor, but probably the chances of you wanting to see him in person probably be pretty good. That didn't happen again. Okay, so with a long story short, I'm back in the hospital again. I'm back in the hospital again because what's causing this is my heart. My heart is bad. They need to do surgery on my heart. They can't do surgery. I need VA backup on this to be able to monitor and make sure my medicines are right and blah, blah, blah. And that wasn't done. So after the thing with the medicine, I had my hands tied. One, in the last year and a half, I'll guarantee you that this started to develop within the last year and a half. It's congestive heart failure does not happen in one night. A myocardial infarction happens in one night, not secondary though, due to congestive heart failure and a bad valve. Someone heard my heart murmur, but didn't bring it to anybody's attention, or just wasn't listening for it at all. When they looked at my EKG, they didn't see any problem at all with my valve, which is a little bit funny when the fact is that on the 17th, it just completely stopped working almost, okay? That doesn't happen in congestive heart failure. The bottom line is this: I may not have been able to prevent this, but I wouldn't have had just 20% of my heart left to pump, or strength to pump. Is what it's 20% of the volume. So it may not have been maybe it'd have been 30%. Okay, but it would have been, I had a chance of making it higher than it is now, but I never got that chance because when I woke up on the 17th with that shortness of breath, my brain immediately went to, I'm having a COPD problem because that's what I had, was COPD. So when I got to the hospital, they told me I had a heart attack. I told them they're crazy. So I know there's going to be more to add on to this story. I'm kind of at my wit's end. I can't. I right now try to take care of someone that's going to take care of me. She's getting food cooked and stuff done at the house and all that other stuff, but that is not covered by VA, of course, and not of course. I mean, it would be nice if they did, but I understand. But neither does Medicare. It doesn't pay for it either. So, except for the every 2 times a week for a nurse coming to see me that Social Security pays for, and that at the house that they still don't cover. They call it home custodial something. Anyway, it doesn't constitute into, even a 1 month help to get back on your feet, so I don't end up back in a hospital again. So I don't understand. I don't understand all this is going on. Why, if the VA is going to be busy, then please, the times you see me, please be vigilant and make sure that this 63-year-old guy, prior, post cancer, is okay to keep going another 6 months. But to have a 1-year appointment since I've got to Arizona, and there's not been anything I can do about it, and there's not been anything anyone can do about it that I found out down at the VA clinic, that this is just the norm. Well, I don't agree with that. And speaking to Mr. Corey, and I'll quote his words, if you can do anything, Mr. Hetty, you best want to go ahead and don't do it. Well, that's the main nurse at the VA clinic here in Yuma. Okay. And I want to know why they dropped all this. I want to know why I'm in the position I am right now. I want a reasonable explanation of why my doctor has no goddamn clue about what's going on for me the last time. I have to bring her notes and go over every single thing, or else you'll never get her off the computer looking for something because she hadn't seen you in a year. So she's got to look up on the computer so she don't remember. Understood? Okay, hold on. Let me slow down a little bit because my breath's getting out of whack here. So what my major complaint at this point in time is one, the lack of supervision that has to do with my health when I give it into their hands. Now, I did make a comment. There are 2 ways, I believe, in the VA we can screw up. One, you get pissed off at everybody in the world, and that's not going to do you any good. Second thing is be complacent. Oh, they'll take care of it, Dan. They'll take care of it. Well, they don't. Hence, here I am. Now, there's a whole bunch more that can be looked into this, I'm sure. And there's a lot more that I'm going to remember, but this maybe will give you a start, one started with the VA. And, and that's not going without saying all the other services down here at the VA clinic here in Yuma are not completely altered. There's 65,000 veterans in this county, and this office would play hell trying to see 100 a day. You'd never get done in a year. Hence, people like me fall through the cracks. So, Jeremy, I hope this gives you a start. Let me know whatever else you need. I mean, I know you're going to need more of the story, okay? But you have to understand that a veteran looking for their primary care physician, looking for help in these situations, there isn't any there. You're just caught in a goddamn limbo where you're not this and you're not that. You can't this because you're that. You can't see this person because you've got to see this person. I'm not going to get into the political ramifications of this, okay? Because I don't believe this is a Democrat, Republican, or anything else problem. So I'm not going to get into that right now. Later on, maybe. But this has to be fixed. Because I may not be here, I'm so God lucky that I was able to tell you the story that it don't happen to somebody else. That's the deal. Is we're supposed to never leave a man behind. Well, if we don't leave him behind, that means we watch their ass. And if I don't watch out for the next poor old 63-year-old guy that goes in there and doesn't get seen but 2 times or 3 times in 2 years for the ailments that I have, fall through the cracks? Yeah, we're going to fall through the cracks for sure. So I just wanted to throw this story out to start it. And again, I'm not done with this story. So I have a lot more that I'll think about it now. But Jeremy, I hope this is kind of get you on the start, and we'll go from there. Okay, brother? I appreciate it, man. God bless.